Hey everyone, this is Elena. Welcome to the YouTube video where I show you how to use my new 7 steps to challenging negative thinking download. Today I'm going to give you a little example of how to use it with my dear friend and client, Kona. Okay, I hope this is fun to you guys. Trying to have some fun with it. I'm going to be reading from the download. If you would like a copy of the download, please feel free to head to my website or my Instagram, and you can go to the bio site and click free download and it'll send it right to your email. So I'm so excited to be able to share this resource with you. I've combined a bunch of different well-researched techniques to be able to come up with 7 things that you could do to help identify negative thoughts, challenge them, and actually begin to believe the positive ones that you begin to incorporate instead. So, Mr. Kona, what you say to yourself does matter. All right, we're gonna step 1. So we're gonna take a moment and calm the body with some deep breathing, because when we calm our body, we'll be able to think a little bit more clearly and come down from whatever emotions that we're experiencing. Sometimes our nervous system is heightened and we need to be able to calm down, a lot of times through breath work, visualization work, taking a little bit of time to take a walk, get a drink of water, just listen to some calming music, something to calm you down so you're not in an anxious state. All right, Kona, seems like you're pretty calm. We've done some deep breathing work here. I think he's dreaming about something nice. So he's ready. Okay, Kona, observe your thinking. Step outside of your mind and notice where your thoughts come from. Metacognition means think about your thinking. So we have the ability to think about the thoughts that are going on in our mind. But a lot of us don't know that we can do that. We just believe whatever comes up. So this is really helpful because we can actually, once we recognize what thoughts are there, we can change them and decide if we believe them, challenge them. But first we have to observe. This information is from Dr. Caroline Leaf. So, Kona, what are some thoughts that you're having? Some tools for this is you could write, you could talk out loud, or you could visualize them. Okay. Are you done doing that? Good. Okay. So take some time to do that. And then step 3 is identify one of your automatic negative thoughts. Now, I know myself, I have a lot of them. I had some today, ones that sounded like you're not going to have enough time to get everything done. You're not good enough to do this. Are you ready? You're not ready for the week. Just things like frantic type thoughts. So I had to stop them, control them, and then challenge them. And that's what Kona has to do. Right, Kona? So what is your negative thought, buddy? You don't think Daddy's ever coming back? Brian just left to go to the library, and then Kona wanted to go out multiple times, and then he went and got himself, not lost, but he wandered away, and he probably trying to find deer poop, he gets anxious. So we're working on that. But I think, you don't think he's ever coming back. Okay. Or you think he's hiding from you? Oh, that's a lot of them. Let's pick one. Daddy's never coming back. Okay. So then we go to Dr. Amen's automatic negative thoughts, which he calls ants. And there's a whole story that you can go read about with that. But the 9 types of negative thoughts, according to Dr. Daniel Amen, who is a psychiatrist and brain health specialist, says there's fortune telling, all or nothing, mind reading, thinking always, this always happens, blaming others, guilt beatings, what else? Labels, placing labels on people, places, or things, focusing on the negative, and then thinking with our emotions. Now, Kona, which thought are you having? Or what does Daddy is never coming back gonna have? What kind should we label it? Why do we label them? Well, we label them because sometimes it's just nice to identify what you're dealing with so you can see if it's really true or speak out against it. Okay, yes, fortune telling. You're predicting the future, that the worst outcome is going to happen. What else? You could be thinking with your emotions a little bit. Yeah, really anxious and going and searching for him and thinking he's never coming back. I would identify that as a negative thought. I know we've all had negative thoughts. So then we challenge the thought. I brought in some Byron. Even Dr. Amen does this too, challenging the thought, killing the ant. So he's got the same concept as well. But I like the detailed questions Dr. Byron Katie brings in. Is this true? Is the thought 100% of the time true? How do you react? How do you react? What happens when you believe the thought? What would you be like without the thought? Well, I personally like to ask, what is the evidence that could prove this thought to not be true? So you go through all those questions. Now, Kona, is this true? Well, we don't know. Is the thought true 100% of the time? No. How do you react? And what happens when you believe the thought? Oh yeah, you get anxious, you go outside, you try to run away, you get tear poop, you bite things. Yes, all the things. Anxious, we get anxious, right? When that happens. Who would you be without the thought? You would be Kona. Who would you be without the thought? You'd be feeling better, right? Probably be feeling better. All right. So what evidence do you have that this thought could be true or could not be true? Well, he always comes home. He always comes home. So that would be like that challenge thought, that we chip away at this really strong thought. Next, number 5. And I like this. I'm bringing in this from some of the EMDR trauma training, because this is not all about just positive thinking. While that's important, this is about finding a true statement you can believe or work towards believing. So create a positive yet congruent statement that you and your body can believe and work towards believing. So for example, what do you think you could work towards believing, Kona? I'm safe. Daddy loves me and he'll be home soon. Okay, those are good. Do you believe those? I'm safe. Mostly, okay. Daddy loves me. Yes. He's coming home soon. I'm going to work towards believing. So then we create a statement based off of what we've challenged, and that we've come up with something that we can believe. I'm working towards believing that I'm going to be okay, or I'm working towards believing I'm worth loving. I'm working towards believing that I can do this. And then you begin to speak, you begin to practice that, and you begin to, number 6, load it up. Surround yourself with quotes, scripture, songs, encouragement from friends, examples to bolster this true and positive thought. So while we're working towards believing this is true, we also want to claim it and say this is true. And so we're training our brain no, this is true. We do have to convince ourselves of things, but we also want our felt sense, the body, to believe it as well. Because if not, we're really going to find ways to continue to disprove this, and it's not going to feel genuine. So while we're working towards believing this, we're also going to tell the truth to ourselves, and we might need friends. Kona probably needs me to say, Daddy's going to be home soon. He loves you. You're safe here. He needs that encouragement. I need to hear people say to me, hey, you got what it takes, or I love your work, or just those compliments, those encouragement, those things really matter to build someone up and to speak what I call, words of truth over their life. That is essential. And a lot of times that's missed in this process. Both of these two parts, part 5 and part 6, are missed. Then part 7, repeat the new encouraging thought to yourself. Set an hourly reminder for the thought. Post it everywhere. This may seem a little crazy, but in order to train our brain out of that negative thinking, we have to rewire it positively. And according to Dr. Caroline Leaf, this could take up to 62 days to denature this negative thought and rewire in a positive thought that's true and based on reality. And that's what we're trying to do here as well. Yes, we have fears, we have worries, but are those things happening now? Are they true? And that is how we're going to be able to move into more of a sense of peace, of calm, of freedom, walking in hope, being able to give encouragement to those around you, not be worried all the time about what's going to happen, to feel valued, to feel loved, and to walk confidently in that and overcome whatever struggle you're facing. This is trauma-informed. It's a trauma-informed, what I would call CBT technique that I've combined, and I use this on a daily basis with clients. I think there's no one specific thing that works, but when you combine a lot of things, you can get a lot of wonderful, you can really feel helped. And I have found personally that people like to add that part And step 5 about working towards believing if they're not quite there yet, but then also lining up the things that are true and practicing believing it. Remember, this is a practice and a skill to build, a habit to form, and a routine to begin to cultivate. So thank you so much for letting Kona and I work with you. I hope, I know he didn't really wake up, but hopefully he feels better and his daddy will be home soon and he's safe with me. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you guys grab your guide. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave it in the comment section down below. I hope this was helpful and encouraging and equips you with your mental health. Thank you so much for watching.